Okay, now we're going to discuss carb loading before race day. Many runners opt for a pre-race dinner featuring pasta to stock up on carbohydrates. If that suits your routine, then go for it. It's a valid choice, okay? The key is to maintain a sense of balance and moderation. A good suggestion would be to aim for meals that are rich in carbohydrates, obviously moderate in protein. I'd say high in protein, but this is the general recommendation, and low in fat, because obviously fat takes quite a long time to digest. Fiber and spice as well should probably be avoided, considering if you're eating a meal that's very high in fiber and quite spicy, the next day you're probably going to feel that in your bowel movements, let's say. Ensure that your pre-race meal aligns with what you've consumed before during your previous runs and general marathon training. For some runners, that may involve pasta, while others may prefer rice, bread, or grains, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, whatever it may be, cereal right before they go to bed. It's just whatever suits your current practices. You shouldn't really switch it up too much when you're carb loading in the day or days before a marathon event. Don't switch it up too much, especially to foods your body's not actually used to ingesting and taking in. Stick to what you know and stick to what you know is going to benefit your performance, let's just say. Okay, it's a common misconception that a pre-race dinner is the sole opportunity to load up on carbohydrates. However, it's important not to disregard the meals in the days leading up to the marathon, okay? So, for example, mine was on a Sunday, so I made sure to basically carb load the entire week, or increase my carbs throughout the week towards the end of the week, and say Friday and Saturday I properly carb loaded on both those days, but didn't overconsume, obviously. Yeah, it's incredibly vital. What I'd also recommend, and what the general recommendation is to have a good pre-race lunch, a lunch that's heavy in carbohydrates, not necessarily a big dinner, because obviously if you have dinner and then you sleep, you get an early night because you probably have a race in the morning. You don't want to be sleeping on all those carbohydrates and, have a stomach full of food, and you don't want to be laying flat and letting it digest like that. What I find best is just having like a big pre-race lunch. So feast at lunchtime, so you have more time to actually digest the food in your stomach before you eventually sleep, and the carbohydrates have more time to get turned into glucose and stored as glycogen within the muscles. A solid recommendation is that runners prioritize their pre-race lunch, as it allows for better digestion. Dinner remains significant, but if you've had a proper lunch, you do not need to overly rely on dinner. Okay, so in terms of portion control, the term carb loading shouldn't be misinterpreted as overindulgence. Simply aim to feel comfortably satisfied. For example, eating a large Domino's pizza and a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream before a big run the next day or before race day is not going to be the best idea, okay? So going to sleep on a full stomach may inhibit your body's ability to get high quality sleep. Thank you very much for viewing this clip. I do hope it has aided in your journey to achieve optimum living. If you have enjoyed it, please go check out the full-length podcast episode. The link will be in the description below, or you can click right there. Goodbye.